Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin tonight with breaking news. Family and friends are searching for a business owner from West Fargo. Police say Tim Hagenson was last seen around 3 yesterday afternoon. Hagenson is the owner of TNT Diner in West Fargo. Family members tell police he was driving a 2001 red Ford F-150 with North Dakota license plate HTV 090. The tailgate is a different tint red than the rest of the truck. Hagenson was last seen wearing a yellow T-shirt and blue jeans. If you know anything about his location or spot his vehicle, you're asked to contact West Fargo Police.
Disbelief. I couldn't believe it. I thought they were doing really well.
A local mayor is surprised to find out his city is losing more than 90 jobs. Some say it's already happening. Work in the oil field has slowed down, and now jobs related to the energy sector aren't in such high demand. Valley News Team's Cornelius Hawker sat down with one of the workers who's losing his job to hear his thoughts about the direction energy-related jobs will probably take.
Everyone just walks around like it's Mayberry, but you know something's just not right.
Randy Steen is one of 91 people that's losing their job at the West Fargo manufacturing facility, Trinity Containers.
We all were made aware of a last-minute meeting, all-company meeting, and we're told that as of the end of June, that all the departments would be let go.
West Fargo Mayor Rich Mattern says his city is going to stand by these laid-off workers.
We're going to contact Job Service and see what kind of help they can give us in finding jobs for these people. And maybe Trinity Steel will put something together.
Mattern says he has an idea about why the facility is closing.
My first thought was it's got to be the oil patch. The container orders are way down or something. But I don't know that for a fact. That's just in my head.
Somewhat along the lines of what the mayor thought, Trinity Industries said the reason behind the closure stems from current market conditions. They also said they will help those laid off find other employment opportunities. However, Steen, who has a lot of experience working jobs related to the energy sector, says he won't be surprised if layoffs in energy-related jobs continue happening.
It's more the economic situation of the whole country.
Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
Along with those findings impacted by the layoff jobs, Mattern says he hopes to find use for the building once the company is finished with the closure in August 2016. A recent investigation on a local drug treatment facility reveals possible violations and decisions that are being made based on lack of funding. In a report from the North Dakota Behavioral Health Division, they find that Share House, a drug treatment center, inappropriately discharged its patients. The month-long investigation included several on-site reviews and interviews with the recovery center staff. And among other things, the investigation found Share House didn't follow its policies and had unlicensed workers practicing as addiction counselors. Coming up on Valley News Live at 6, we'll bring you more details inside the state's investigation. Also tonight on Valley News Live at 6, we have an exclusive report regarding some shocking heroin overdose numbers in one small community on the White Earth Reservation.
2 more heroin overdoses just yesterday here at the tiny community of Nadawash on the White Earth Reservation. Emergency medical personnel tell me they serve a population of only around 2,000 people here at Nadawash and the surrounding area. However, they respond to as many as 2 or 3 overdose cases a week.
I'd say it's getting very bad. It's breaking up families and everything.
And the overdoses just keep occurring, despite the arrest of 5 suspected drug dealers earlier this week.
It's a story you'll only see here on Valley News Live tonight at 6. We're enjoying great weather today, but still keeping our eyes on the rain that's moving through the state. Let's find out from Hutch Johnson if we'll see any showers this evening. Hutch?
We do have some passing showers on the radar, but the headline of the day, the real big warm-up that we saw across the region, the warmest temperatures today just to the south and to the east of Fargo, where many are in the 80s. Right now, Lakes Country seeing some late 80s in places like Fergus Falls and Detroit Lakes. Still in the 70s in Fargo, 60s up to the north, and that boundary being caused by clouds and showers. Well, we do have some soaking showers in the Grand Forks area. There's a few hit and miss showers that are making their way in what appears to be the direction of Fargo, but in more likelihood, they will miss us. Better chance of rain in northwest Minnesota for the evening tonight. Here's a look at your forecast. Those showers showing like there is at least a chance in the Southern Valley, but we'll see that ending after we go beyond the 9 o'clock hour as most of the rain potential shifts to the north. 60s almost all evening, wind from the south generally at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Look at Fergus Falls. Grilling weather, 76 degrees and at least a few peaks at sunshine. It won't last forever, folks. I'll have details on some changes coming our way here in a couple of moments.
All right, thank you, Hutch. And a reminder for Minnesota residents, outdoor sirens across the state will sound at 6:55 tonight to test the system. These tests are to prepare for the severe weather season. The Valley City Police Department responded to a report of possible human remains located in the city. Officers responded to the 300 block of Winter Show Road in Valley City and found what they believe is a human bone on the ground near one of the trees that was planted along the road. After examining it further, it was determined the bone is a radius bone, one of the two bones between your elbow and hand. If you have any information on this, call the Valley City Police Department. Dilworth Police Department is still waiting patiently on its much anticipated body cameras. Late last year, they announced their department would start wearing body cams. However, modifications to the camera from the manufacturer have pushed back their rollout date for a few months. Those modifications will help with the overall goal of the body cameras, according to the Dilworth Chief of Police.
I think it's important for clarity, for openness, to see the full picture. It's going to get the officer's interaction from start of the crime to the end of the contact.
Chief Sharp says the body cameras will hopefully be at the police department by the end of this month. It's going to be one of the biggest years in road construction history in Moorhead, with projects totaling more than $25 million. The projects will mean some big headaches, and they started today. This is the way things looked on Main Avenue and 8th Street in Moorhead at mid-morning. The cones are out, the lane reductions are on, not only on Main, but they're headed for 8th Street as well. But this is only the beginning. Rebuilding the intersection of I-94 and 8th Street is set to start the last week of April. Work on that and the others in Moorhead is expected to last into the fall.
The contractor will be responsible to maintain access to the businesses, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Construction, getting around during the construction is going to be, it's going to be challenging.
In addition to the Main and 8th Street project and the I-94 intersection, engineers say you can also expect to deal with road work on 20th Street South and on 40th Avenue South. But engineers are working to make sure everything isn't torn up at the same time. Yet another major traffic artery is going to be shut down, this one in downtown Fargo. And it's going to make a big difference for Monday's commute. The 1st Avenue North Bridge between Fargo and Moorhead is going to be closed, and it carries a lot of traffic. Some new flood protection work, levees, are being built downtown, so 1st Avenue is being closed from the bridge to 3rd Avenue North. Westbound traffic on the Moorhead side will be detoured to the west side of the Center Mall onto Center Avenue. The bridge is not expected to reopen until fall. We now know the names of the two people injured in a crash near Mapleton. They are 19-year-old Clay LaRock of Fargo and 28-year-old Travis Roberts of Dakota City, Iowa. Both were taken to Fargo hospitals. The crash happened on I-94 just after 7 last night. Troopers say an SUV slowed down in the left lane to turn around at a median crossover and was rear-ended by a car. The SUV and car ended up in the ditch. The SUV rolled onto its side. No one was wearing their seatbelt. It'll be a show the entire family will enjoy. Gymnasts from American Gold are putting on their annual Golden Motion Show. It'll be this Sunday at 3 in the afternoon. All levels of athletes will be performing, some for the last time this season.
The FM Aqua team will be performing along with the rec team and the competitive team. And it is a very high-flying entertainment that you don't want to miss.
Sounds good. For tickets, go to valleynewslive.com and click on our hot button for a link.